Hey boys and girls, welcome to tonight's flip video. It is about ordering decimals, which you should already be pretty familiar with because of our ordering fractions lessons. So this is kind of be a review, but this will be the first time when we're really focusing on it. But you'll do fine. Tonight's video is all about the Lego Avengers. I recently got this game, and I've been playing it a lot. I like the puzzles that you have to solve. So, what I did one day was I took each of these characters, all five of them, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. And I had them go from the top of Avengers Tower and drop down to the bottom of Avengers Tower. So, Iron Man could fly down, Thor could fly down, these three had to fall, and he kind of jumped down. So, these are their times that it took them to get from the top of the tower to the bottom. And I'd like to put those times in order from least to greatest. So what I'm going to do is I am going to rewrite all of their times, making sure that they have equivalent amounts of place value. So we've got 13.098. Then we're lining up the decimal, so 9.02. And I see that I need a decimal, or a zero to fill in there. Now Iron Man's time was 9.009. Hulk's time 11.1. I see I need some decimal points, or actual zeros to fill in there. And Black Widow's time was 13.1. And I need my zeros to make sure I have equivalent place values. And then Hawkeye was 12.999. So you see, all the blue zeros are zeros that weren't initially in there, but I added those in there to make sure that I had proper place values. So now I'm going least to greatest. So I'm looking for the smallest number. And when I'm looking at my whole numbers, I see that these all have tens places, so I need to go to these. So these are like having $9, this is like $13, $11, da 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 da. Now I need to look. So I see zeros match up there. Then I go here and I see a 2, and that's slightly greater than a 0. So I know that my smallest number is going to be 9.009. Cross that one off because I'm done with it. The next one will be 9.02. And I can put that 0, but I'm not going to because it wasn't in my original number. Now I need to look for what's next. So again, I need to look at the whole numbers. I've got 13, 11, 13, 12. So 11 is my next one. So I don't even have to look at the decimals there. All I'm doing is looking at the whole numbers. So 11.1. Cross it off. Now I've got a 13, a 13, and a 12. 12 is smaller than 13's. So 12.999. Even though they have a bunch of 9's there, it is still smaller than those ones. And then finally, we've got both 13s, so the one that in the tens place matches up the 3, the decimal points. And we've got a 0, and then we've got a 1. The 0 is smaller than 1, so that one's going to be next. Doesn't matter that it has a 9.8. It's the 0 is still smaller. And then the 13.1. So I took all their times, it took them to fall off the top of the tower to the ground, put them in order from least to greatest. Now the next problem that you have here is the speeds of these 4 characters, not including Captain America. So we've got the top speed of the Vision is that, top speed of Iron Man is that, top speed of Scarlet Witch is that, and top speed of Quicksilver is that. So I want you to put their speeds in order from least to greatest. Make sure you're stacking them top of each other and you're really thinking about it, putting the place values where appropriate. Alright, hopefully you have solved this, so let's stack them up. So Visions was 345.8. Iron Man was 345.98, which means Vision I need to then go and give it 0 to have equivalent place values. And then Scarlet Witch was 34.58, and Quicksilver was 348 decimal 5, and I need to give him a 0 so I have equivalent place values. Now, if we're going greatest to least, we want the biggest one first. So who was the fastest? So we're looking at place values. 3, 3, 3. Those all match up. 4, 4, 4. Those all match up. 5, 5, 8. Well, now we see the 8 didn't match with the 5. So 348.5, or Quicksilver's time, or speed, is the fastest. So now we go and we look at, we got 345, 345, so now we do have to look at the decimals. We see 8 and 9. Well, this is like having 80 cents. This is like having 98 cents. So 98 cents is bigger than 80 cents. So that would be 345.98 would be the next biggest. Then 345.8. Cross those off. And then compared to the rest of these, scroll, which is pretty slow, 34.58 is what concludes those. So we line them up, we added in place values where appropriate, and we compared the whole numbers, we compared the decimals, we kind of brought it all together. Now this little example I'm going to show you here is why it's important to put in your zeros. Because if you're looking at just the numbers that are there, it's going to look like this one down here is the biggest because that's got a 5, this has a 4, this has a 3. However, once we put in our zeros so we can compare, you see that changes things a lot because this is like having 300 pennies or 300 dimes. This is like having 4 pennies. This is like having 5. So really this looks like 340 and 5, which changes things if we didn't have those zeros. So that's why it's important to have those zeros, especially see how the whole numbers here are all the same. On the next problem, the bring back to school problem, you're going to notice that the whole numbers are all the same. So it is going to be very, very important that you make sure that you have all of them with their zeros and everything. So what I want you to do here for your bring back to school problem is order these decimals from least to greatest. So I'll be looking for your work. And good luck. I know you can do it.